really happy, satisfied and content with my tenure. I could do whatever I had anticipated and planned to do. As a CJI, I have delivered many judgments on the judicial reforms are concerned and also on the environmental issues. I always say the judicial activism should not turn into judicial advisorism or judicial terrorism. Ultimately, our constitution believes in the separation of powers between the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. The demolition judgment or the bulldozer justice, where we found that the executive was acting in excess. Executive was acting as a judge in their own cause merely because a citizen was found to be involved in a criminal act. Because maybe I don't, maybe it's as a result of my upbringing. When something happened in the court, I didn't even know that it was related to some alleged utterances made by me in the court.
After holding the highest post in the judiciary of this country, so how do you see your retirement, your tenure, and what is your next plan post-retirement?
I've always been saying that I'm really happy, satisfied and content with my tenure. I could do whatever I had anticipated and planned to do. And post-retirement, last 2-3 days I'm feeling fully relaxed. And next plans, it's that I'm just relaxing at the moment, and I'll take a call as I will come after some time.
Sir, which judgment in your tenure as a CJI do you think has moved you or had a major impact, positive or negative?
No, as a CJI, I have delivered many judgments on the judicial reforms are concerned and also on the environmental issues. So I think these are the important areas where I could significantly, or rather we, because the judgments are of the benches, we could substantially contribute to the reformation in the judicial systems and protection of environment, ecology and the wildlife.
Sir, there is also allegation of judicial activism these days, like in the case of Jallikattu or this fire trackers, just as an example. So what is your take on that, sir?
No, I always say that judicial activism is bound to remain. From the period of 80s when the court even started entertaining the postcards and exercising PIL jurisdiction. Because in many cases, the citizens, on account of their socio-economic handicaps, are not in a position to directly approach the court for redressal of their grievance for protection of their rights. So in such a situation, permitting a person to approach the court on their behalf is in a way, it fulfills our promise of economic and social justice to the last citizen of this country. But then there are limits within which the judicial activism should act. As I always say, the judicial activism should not turn into judicial advisorism or judicial terrorism. Ultimately, our constitution believes in the separation of powers between the legislature, the executive and the judiciary.
So many critics see this as a, overreach and sometimes, even bypassing the executive.
So therefore, at times, as I said, like we did in the demolition judgment or the bulldozer justice, where we found that the executive was acting in excess. Executive was acting as a judge in their own cause merely because a citizen was found to be involved in a criminal act. His houses were demolished. And we found that this would amount to not only violating his rights, but the rights of inmates of the house, his brothers, sisters, mother, father, children. And that was like taking a law into hand. And we also held that the right to shelter is a fundamental right and therefore laid down guidelines. So that is a case wherein I would, it's not proper for me to justify my judgment. But I think that would be a case where a judicial activism should be promoted, but not beyond a particular limit.
Sir, bulldozers are still bulldozing at many places.
Yes, so therefore we had given liberty to the citizens to knock the doors of the high courts wherever there was a violation. And we had also expected that wherever such a grievance is brought to the notice of the court, we had laid down stringent measures that the a person who is indulging in violation of the orders of the court would be guilty for the contempt of court. And not only that, we have also directed that such demolished house, after following the proper procedure, is found to be illegally demolished, then the government will have to reconstruct it and recover the amount from the persons who are guilty.
So did you face any pressure from the executive ever or politics politicians?
No. Genuinely no. I answered that question on Saturday when I was meeting the journalists also.
So we have seen many senior bar members also raising question on the Collegium transparency. What is your view on this, sir?
I have been considering the Collegium is transparent. The allegation that Collegium lacks transparency or it is opaque is, I think, not well founded. And then right from the period of Justice Khanna, we also started interacting with the candidates. We interact with all the candidates for any period between 15 minutes to half an hour. And we also take inputs from various factors, the consulting judges who have an opportunity to see the performance of those lawyers, then the executive, the chief ministers of the state, the governors of the state, the IB, and the law ministry. And after taking into consideration all these aspects, only the final decision is taken by the college.
So two very unfortunate incidents happened in this year tenure, and one, that shoe throwing incident. What went through your mind, sir, when you saw that? You remained very calm, what I read in the research. Can you describe what happened, sir?
Even Bar requested for the initiated the proceedings.
But you did not take any action against it.
Yeah.
No, because maybe I don't, maybe it's as a result of my upbringing. When something happened in the court, I didn't even know that it was related to some alleged utterances made by me in the court or alleged observations made in the court. But I felt that I must go proceed with the matter, and that was a decision taken by me at the spur of the moment.
And Justice Verma, sir, the cash was found in one of the judges' house allegedly.
Yeah.
And the case is now, I think, the Parliament and JPC, the committee. So, sir, what is your take on that, sir? And do you think it has shaken the public trust on judiciary?
It was an unfortunate incident, and it is wrong to deny that it has not affected the image of the judiciary. But now the matter is pending before the Parliament. The impeachment proceedings are already initiated. The inquiry committee headed by a sitting judge of this court is inquiring into the matter, and therefore, as a matter of propriety, it will not be proper for me to comment any further on that.